I'll be showing 12 new features in Microsoft Teams. This includes a new unified drafts section, meeting improvements, channel updates, and a whole lot more. So let's get started. The first new feature is one of my favorites in a long time, and that is drafts, and you can access them in this quick view right here in the upper left. I'm here in a chat, and let's say I start typing out a message. Hey, here's a draft message. I'm not sending it yet. And then you switch away somewhere else. And then, oh, where's that draft message? If you go to drafts right here, anything you've drafted shows up right here. Now I can go and I can discard it. I can go to the actual conversation. So if I go to conversation, it takes me there. I'll go back. And I also can just click it and it pulls up the entire message. And now my draft is ready to send. I'll go create another draft over here. There's another draft message. And now there's two. So I'll just click here and I will send it. It also works in channels. I'm here in a channel. There's my draft message. If I go to drafts, the channel message is there too. The second new feature is a big update to meetings sharing. So I'm going to go to my calendar and I will open up a meeting right here and I'm going to join it. I'm in the meeting now and I will go in the upper right and choose share. And there's a new sharing dialog. Now I've got entire screen. Like in the past, I've got my different windows laid out here. I can switch to this list view if I just want to see them in a list, or I can see them in a grid. So it's kind of nice. I can see all different windows easily. Always make sure if you've got audio, include audio content. You can also optimize for playing video. So that's right there. You've got your different view options here. And then also interactive files. So this is an important one. If you're wondering, where did PowerPoint Live sharing go? That's under interactive files. So PowerPoint Live and Excel Live. Here are all my different PowerPoint and Excel files. If I want to do my TPS report offsite summit as a PowerPoint Live, I get a nice little preview here. And the sharing option here, I'll hit share. And now PowerPoint Live is loaded up. The other one is more options. So there's a few more things here. So the whiteboard and the content from your camera are under the more options. So a redone dialog, I actually like it. It's much bigger and more laid out. It used to be all squished over on the right-hand side in a menu, and I'll close. The third new feature is another one in meetings, and it rolled out a little bit ago, but I haven't covered it in videos, and it's really, really handy, and that is adding timers in your meetings. So if I go here and choose more, there's timer. And right here, I can set my timer. So I can have 5 minutes. Maybe I want to add 5 more minutes. There it's 10. I hit start. Now I'm getting a meeting countdown, and everyone else will see this. And when it gets towards the end, it actually turns red so people can have a sense, oh, the meeting's getting over. I'm going to pause this. If you click, you can edit it at any time. You can also cancel. So I'll hit edit. I'll take it down to 1 minute and we'll hit start again. Now it changes and you can see this is counting down. And we're just going to speed up so you can see what it looks like when the timer ends. Okay, it's changing colors. It looks like it is almost up. Oh, I get a little beep and now it's flashing red. So if you've set a timer for an activity or a breakout room or whatever is going on, meeting timers are handy. The fourth new feature is updated recording UI. So I'll go to the three-dot menu and choose record and transcribe and start recording. I get a new dialog here. It's a little easier to have front and center. So I can choose my language right there. I can also choose what I want to record. Maybe I just want video and audio. Maybe I just want to set it to record audio only. It's up to you. I'll hit confirm. And now the recording has started. The fifth new feature is another long time request, and that is integrating Viva Engage directly into Teams. And these are communities. Now in the lower left, you're going to see this all company community. This is my Viva Engage integration. If I click here, it's going to load Viva Engage right here in the Teams frame. I can start a discussion. I can do all the things you do in Viva Engage. I've got the community members here. I can assign experts. I won't do a deep dive into Viva Engage, but it's really nice in that it's integrated right directly into Teams. The other nice thing you can do is in the upper left, when you drop down new items, one of the options is new storyline post. So if I want to post into my storyline, right here in my chat, you're going to see storyline. I'm Alex Wilbur, and I can make a post. Posting to the discussion. Maybe I'm going to add a little emoji. There we go. You can add other fun stuff and I'll hit post. Now this is posted on my storyline. I can easily switch to see all the community posts or all posts. So some nice Viva Engage integration directly into Teams under communities. Then you can even join communities here. So if there's other communities, I don't have any here in my demo tenant, but if there's other communities, you can go and join them right here from within Teams. The sixth new feature is also a line time request, and that is being able to set enter to not automatically send your message. So let's say I'm typing here, typing a really important, and I accidentally hit enter and it sent the message. That's so annoying. Wouldn't it be great if you could change that default to not do that? And you can now. In the upper right, I'll hit the three-dot menu and I'm going to choose settings. I'll go to chats and channels, and there's this new option here. When writing a message, press enter to. Now, the default has always been send the message. And you know what? I don't want to send it. Start a new line. And to send it, do control enter. Let's go back and see what that looks like. Now I'll be typing that important message. And I hit enter and it just makes a new line. Great, it didn't send it. I can finish that. And now when I do control enter, it'll send the message. So you have the choice to go back and forth. The seventh new feature is also in settings. So I'll do the three-dot menu and hit settings. Now it's really easy to search for any setting right here. So if I search for enter, start a new line to send right here. It pulls it up in these choices. I go here and it's highlighting it right in red what I was searching for. So that's really handy. I'm going to search for app bar. Now there's a brand new feature. The eighth feature is the appearance of the app bar. Now when I search for app bar, you can see right here, we'll go down and there's a new option, show app names. By default, the app bar names are now turned off. It declutters things and simplifies things. But if you're a person who always wants your labels on, you can go show app names and they'll be back to how they were in the past, all labeled. I'm going to turn mine off because that's a nice, clean, and easy to follow look. The ninth new feature is that autocorrect has finally come to both channel messages and chat messages. I'll start typing here. We need to receive, and I'll spell it wrong, and it corrects it automatically. The final draft. Let's try another one. We definitely are spelling wrong. And it corrects it to definitely. So autocorrect is a nice time saver when you're typing in channels or chats. The 10th new feature is the ability to open a channel in a new window. So I've got my channel right here, the general channel. I'm going to right click, say open in new window. And now I can have channels all over the place. We'll open digital assets web in a new window. Now I have lots of different ways I can organize my channels as windows. The 11th new feature is an easy way to go to different chats and channels. If I hit CTRL-G, it takes me up to the top and I can easily go to any chat or channel. So I can just go down here and say, go to TPS report besties, hit enter, it navigates me there. Do CTRL-G, let's say I want to go to a channel, digital assets web. So really fast and easy, CTRL-G will drop that down as a go-to and do quick navigation. The 12th new feature is emoji support in your new sections. I'm going to go hit the three-dot menu and create a new section. So show in new section. And there's a nice emoji here. So this is going to be for my excitement party time. That's my party time section. Hit create. And now I've got party time here and I've got my channel in it. If I want to add another channel into my section now, I'm going to say show it in party time. And there we go. I can collapse it. And it's just a nice visual distinction to look at your different section headers. If you want to keep up with all the latest Microsoft updates and tips and tricks, subscribe to my channel and then just ring the bell so you get all the latest videos that I post.